Yo, we have returned. We are back, people. What is up? Hello. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. I am so happy. I'm going to be joined here very, very soon by some other peeps. It's going to be cool. It's going to be great. Ely saying, oh, snap, peoples. What's up, dude? How you doing, sir? I'm not saying sir to Jet, by the way. I know that she just jumped in. I'm like, hello, sir. But no, that's not what's going on here. Jet, how are you doing?
Eating a banana.
Eating a banana? Well, that does not sound like something I would be caught doing. I do not like bananas at all. I don't like any
You'll be eating them soon. You'll be eating them soon.
I know, yeah, but I'll be eating a lot of things soon. And I really, that's not like a joke, like, oh, you're going to be eating a lot of things soon. Like, no, like, I'm literally going to be eating a lot of good stuff for me. It's like a whole thing that I've been saying I'm going to do for a long while, but I'm going to be doing that for sure. Space Cowboy saying, yeah, there were some funny movies last night. I highly doubt that shit. I know you guys are watching Cabin in the Woods, and that's a good movie. It's funny, but it's also just good in general. Marissa's saying we watched some really funny movies last night, didn't we? No, we did not. So here's the thing. Going to be talking a lot of shit about South Park. If you guys are fans of South Park, well, two things. One, go get your fucking brains checked, okay? Because you're stupid. And then secondly, you might not want to watch the show today because we're going to make you very, very mad. Elise says, I love this show. As my escape, we need to shape champagne and Prosecco, some shit, one day soon, guys. Well, shit. I don't know what Prosecco is, but, I mean, if that's like an expensive wine or something, that sounds, wonderful. We're going to be joined right now by Alan Shaker saying usually when he comes into the call, his sound doesn't work right away. I don't know why, but it's like a thing. But, Alan, if you can hear me, go ahead and say hi.
Hello.
Oh, it works.
No, because when you first get into the call, like, you have to press the join with the audio button, and basically it takes a couple seconds for your audio to turn on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why my webcam isn't turning on.
Oh, shit. No, it sucks. But, it is what it is. I mean, if you had your avatar, it wouldn't be a big deal if your camera wasn't on. There it goes. Look at you. Did you do something different to your place?
Hair or room?
Room.
Besides adding the PS5 in the background and not cleaning it as much as I should, that's about it.
I just about to say that the difference is it's fucking dirty. Clean that shit up.
Well, like more so than usual. Like you got like those bottles there and everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so the bottles are always there because during the streams I'm talking for fucking 6 hours, so I just need some fucking water to drink.
So Prosecco wine, by the way, I just want to bring this up really quick because Lee brought this up. He's like, hey, man, one day we're going to be having some Prosecco wine together. Hopefully you're paying for that shit. No, if I had the money, I would pay for everyone's drinks, whatever. But I'm looking at this, and this looks kind of nice.
Drinks are expensive as fuck, but I mean, if you got a bottle, you can share it amongst people.
Yeah, but no, Jed, what's a wine that you would like? Because I'm not going to say that like you're like a super duper expensive taste, whatever. And I'm not saying that you're a big like alcoholic person, but the thing is like she knows her shit about like literally anything she's ever been into. So like yeah, like is there a wine that you would kind of throw out there? Like,
well, I'm not really into wine, so you asked the wrong person. I just drink the cheap shit.
Okay,
pretty much.
Yeah, Pinot Grigio. That's someone. I was just trying to have her say the thing that she made me drink once.
Yeah, we were in LA and we had some of that. We just got it as part of the Airbnb. The person just said fuck it and gave the bottle there, and we finished that shit.
Yeah. Casfe, Cassandra, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a good time over there. I know I saw you over there in Chris Herman's stream doing your thing and everything. Modding her ass off. So it's really cool to see you continuing to do that. But she says South Park is inconsistent, but she still likes it. Sorry. Hopefully I don't insult you when I talk about.
Oh, South Park is hit or miss, and mostly miss in my opinion. Like when they're kind of doing their random, almost stoner-esque kind of comedy, yeah, it's kind of funny. But whatever they're like, oh, we need to make sure it's political, and that's what the show is now. It's like sometimes it can be good, but sometimes it's like it's just really bad. It's like the dumbest person you know trying to tell you a political opinion. You're just like, you have no idea what you're talking about.
And I just know between people that are like this, like legitimately. So when I see a show that's like, constantly credited as being like this super hilarious, one of its kind type thing, I'm like, dude, I know a lot of people just in the Double Toast community alone that are funnier than the show. Like I'd much rather talk to people that I literally do not like rather than watching this show. So it's just one of those crazy things, and I'm really like almost flabbergasted at how much fandom surrounds the show. Meanwhile, there's jokes that are so telegraphed and done so repeatedly, that is like it's fucking ridiculous. And it's like I know that the same people who laugh at that shit will look at another movie that's actually trying and be like, joke didn't land, dude. Oh, I knew where that was coming. It's like, well, where's that energy when you watch this? Like you're inconsistent in your fandom. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
I just noticed the title you put for the show.
Well, yeah.
Bigger, larger, unfunny plus Batman.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. I mean, I'm literally like, I don't even know the name of the show. I'm like, bigger, funny, uncut. Is that what it
Shouldn't
is?
it be bigger, like bigger, larger, and unfunny instead of comma unfunny?
Wow, holy shit! Like you
Bigger?
and the
No, no, no,
semantics
no.
lately.
Not necessarily. That's not semantics. This is actually grammatical. Not necessarily because you keep the comma as long as you're continuing a list. If he was finishing it, then and unfunny, but he still added stuff to the rest of this list. So he's
Well, when it
basically just
comes to this, though, I'm always grammatically incorrect when it comes to the stream thing, because like for one, like there's
No,
times we
because
can use
the movie is called Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. So shouldn't it be bigger, larger, and unfunny?
I don't know.
you know what? Just say yes, Nick.
No, because then she'll do that shit all the time. And, like,
She does it all the time anyway.
But like you know what's funny? Because like I put Jet at such a higher standard than everybody, but like god damn it, like, you're doing that nerdy thing. Like, well technically, shouldn't be. It's like where's that energy when we were watching the South Park musical, Jet? Where was that energy? Why weren't you looking at the TV saying, "Hey, shouldn't it be this? Shouldn't
Wait,
you
Nick,
use your head?"
why does this always happen when someone calls you
Well,
out
I
on something?
mean, I was doing that. But
No,
the thing
you were
is, like,
laughing. You did not call out one fucking thing with this movie, and it drove me nuts because we're reviewing it now.
No, I did. I actually did, but the thing is, I had a lot. I didn't call it out as much because I was having fun basically seeing you in agony watching it.
Dude, I gotta tell you, like, so we're just gonna review it now because I want to get this out my.
I didn't watch it because I haven't watched South Park like at all, so I'll just stay here in the background.
For one, can we just talk about how many times that they tell a fucking joke and do not let go of the fucking joke? This is a musical, okay? And the whole idea about the musical, I guess the synopsis, the storyline, is the South Park guys are so full of themselves and want to keep like cussing up a storm, and they want like their own personalities to be like retorted back to them in their entertainment, that they go see this fucking movie in a movie theater. And I forgot what it's called, but it's like this Canadian two jokers, and they're just like, fuck, and they fuck, and they're just cussing a bunch, right, Jet?
So that's Terrence and Philip.
Yeah, Terrence and Philip.
Or Terrence, is it Terrence and Philip? And Terrence and Philip. So they're the Canadian version of they're a Canadian television show where most of the humor comes within like fart jokes and basically saying like some of the crudest stuff imaginable. Like of course, like shut your fucking face, Uncle Fuck.
Yeah, you're laughing right now?
Well, go ahead and say that without laughing.
Shut your funk.
And that's the review, y'all. Thank you for showing up. 3 out of 5.
God damn it.
Yeah,
no, because I said Funkle.
Thought.
No, because I made it funnier. I said
still
Funkle.
laugh. You still laugh.
No, because I fucked up. No,
my
I'm
whole
an
thing
idiot.
was, but still, that still helps me because I said try to say it without laughing.
Shut your fucking. God. No, because you made it funny.
Five.
You made it funny. You literally made it funny. That's not fair. Anyways, God, that drives me fucking nuts. God damn it. All right. It's not funny. I swear to God, I was not laughing during this movie.
Okay, go ahead. Take a breath. Try it one last time.
Shut your uncle. Shut your. Just forget.
Shut your fucking face, you uncle fucker. Done. 3 out of 5. And you have nothing to say because as soon as I said it, you laughed.
No, because you said it wrong. You're like, shut your face, you uncle fucker. It's not that. It's comma uncle fucker.
Oh, sorry, you're an expert now.
Yeah, because they made the joke 20 fucking times, and then now it's stuck in my fucking head. Now I know, like, the whole... Every song, if there's any song that gets stuck in your fucking head, it's because they just beat it into the fucking thing. Where it's like, you cannot... Like, it just echoes in there. It's like, I think that's how they made anyone ever laugh at their shit. It's like, though, like, I'll do something, white controller doo-doo. White controller doo-doo. White controller doo-doo. White controller doo-doo. After a while, you might start going, white controller doo-doo. That's stupid.
No,
white controller doo-doo. And then you'll
on?
walk around and tell your fucking friends, like, hey, bro, there's this part of the show, South Park, and they said white controller doo-doo. Isn't that funny? Well, that doesn't make no sense to you. Why are you laughing at it? Well, because, it's fucking, they made it funny. That's the point. That's the point, is that it's not funny, and then you laugh at it. Fucking, we're dumb. That's what South Park humor is. It's just the same dumb shit being said over and over. There's a point where someone...
You know what, Nico? Big farts.
You know what, though? That makes my point, because I know that's a bad joke, but I'm not like a comedian. I'm just a dumb fucking guy on a podcast that's a pre-show to another podcast that arguably is also kind of stupid. Sorry, like, we're all dumb. So it's like, whatever. But, like, I'm not charging people to go to a movie theater to sit through an hour and a half of me doing these stupid fucking songs and like shut your fucking face. Why can't I say it right? Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like there's not even an Uncle Fucker in it. It's so fucking dumb. And
well,
like
I'm pretty sure.
character...
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who aren't basically fucking moms, but you basically still hear motherfucker going around.
By the way, Blasian, no, Alan's gonna be reviewing that right after this. But yeah, and look at this poll. Look at this fucking poll. Uncle Fucka, Kyle's mom. What would Brian Boltano do? Blame Canada. Allow resistance.
Any of y'all both blame Canada, I'm fighting every one of you.
By the way, I didn't get the joke of that.
That's
the movie.
That's the one that That's the one that went on to what was it?
The Billboard.
I think that was the one that was nominated for an Oscar.
I don't think you can nominate songs for Oscars, but it's probably like some sort of music award.
That's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, trust me, I fucking know.
God damn.
It was nominated.
And can I bring this up? So we're not going to review this because I missed a lot of this. But like last night, we also watched Team America, which is these two dumb fucks making that movie too, they're in the movie. I don't know. Who cares? They did voice acting for it too, and like, I'm going to do Cartman's voice, but I want a different character, so everyone's going to go, oh, that's a good baby with your stupid voice acting. No, you're fucking hilarious. They do this thing with these Asians, where every L is an R. Like
it's a typical stereotypical way to speak like an Asian
like I'm
person.
really hungry, but I'm really hungry or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And I understand. You do it once, it's racist, but it's okay to laugh at racist shit sometimes. You know, I mean, it's not okay, but it's like if we have a difference in humor and what we think is funny, it's subjective. Cool, enjoy it, right? Then you do it again. Then you do it again. Then you do it again. Then it becomes every single line of dialogue from these Asian characters. And there was Asians in the call while we're watching this, laughing. And I'm like, if I said one Asian stereotype, I'd be fucking yelled at. I'd be called racist. I'd be an asshole. But because these little midget fucking idiotic dumb fucking characters do it, you're just like, oh god, Cartman, he's such a racist fuck. He's so cute. No, like what the fuck? Why the fuck? I don't want to name any names, Mir, so that's why I said plural. It's probably the best thing not to throw their names out there when I'm talking shit about them.
You do that anyway.
I know, but
and I knew you were gonna like the movie. I should have put money on this.
Yeah. And by Asian, wow, goddamn, talk about fucking.
And by Asian, I mean Filipino.
Semantics, like.
It's not really semantics. It's more of just specific regions of the world.
No, but like, here's the thing. That thing when someone says like, river, and they're doing that Asian stereotype thing, it's a racist thing to Asians. So like, you know what I mean? Like I could be wrong, not Oriental or Asian. I don't know. I didn't fucking look up where she's from and go to the fucking continent and then check with them. Like the fuck. I'm sorry.
Just let it go.
But it's annoying. I'm being called racist right now, and they laughed at the South Park shit. You're full of shit, people. You're fake as fuck. Like, I'm sorry. I do not want to see those people who laugh at South Park ever get mad about racist shit. You guys complain about Trump, you're full of shit. Like, just because he's not on your side, you think he's not funny? You laughed at this shit. You're dumb. You're stupid. Like, I'm fucking... I hate this shit. It's so fucking annoying. So, the thing is that these characters in this fucking movie, someone gets kicked in the stomach, or get kicked in the leg, or gets nervous, he pukes. They puke fucking 6, 7, I think 10 times in the South Park movie. The Bigger, Larger, Uncut, Unfunny, whatever the fuck. The same joke happens in Team America, dude. In Team America, there's a character who gets drunk, because everyone who gets drunk has to fucking puke 1,000 times. He pukes, and then like it plays a sad song, he pukes again. Then the room is like, woo, I'm outside and I'm drunk and I'm woozy. And then he like throws up and it's like a fucking 10-second like blah. Meanwhile, the fucking morons that laughed at this shit are the same people that get mad when Adam Sandler does a throw up joke in Who Be Halloween. What's the difference? Because he's a doll? Is that the difference? Did South Park people pay you fucking morons to laugh at this shit? Like, I can't fucking believe it. This is insane. Am I living in a psycho world? Like, and these musicals, dude. Like, what's that, the anti-Jewish one that they did in South Park? Like, hey, Kyle, your mom's a fucking J-E-W. Like, I don't even want to say the word because it's racist. And it's just like, dude, like, I don't understand how even that is like a fucking big funny thing that people laugh at. And meanwhile, there's no joke there. He just calls someone a Jew. Like, no one's going to call that out? Or am I just stupid? Am I crazy?
I mean, I'll be real. don't. I'm not disagreeing with you because you're fucking right. Mauricio in the chat saying, "Oh, for first time as a woke adult, you deal with this." No, that shit was racist back in the fucking day. It's a situation where it's this counterculture of everyone being PC and trying not to be racist, so they're going out of the way to do so. But again, as long as you present it as a joke, you can essentially say whatever the fuck you want. It's asinine and juvenile, and that's the entire thing. They say, "Oh, don't worry, it's supposed to be." Because that's how it's supposed to be. It's honestly, it just breeds a culture of as long as you say it's a joke, as long as you call yourself a comedian, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
and
fucking
elite.
elite
Yeah, like
right
what Lee
now. It's
said.
like
Yeah.
as long as it's a joke, it's as long as it's hilarious. Why is it hilarious? Like I
That's
don't
see, that's my
fucking
thing.
get it.
It's like honestly, if it was like a weird thing of like there was like a big argument, and it's like, you know what, Kyle, your mom's a big fat Jew bitch. I'd be like, okay, it's kind of funny, but it's part of a song, so it's like there's no content. They just said it. You know what I mean? Like, and Luke, yeah, I hate fucking the South Park musical movie from I don't even know when it came out, but like the bigger, larger,
It's a
uncut.
long
I
time
think it
ago.
was 1999.
Yeah, yeah,
99, really? I
yeah,
could have
and
swore it was in the 2000s.
oh yeah, 1999.
No,
They
because
can be sure.
they had Bill Clinton as the president there, so I think it would have to be 1999.
Oh, you were right. Yeah,
Yeah,
June 30th.
and it's just like
I,
every joke is like just finding the worst thing to say. Like, hey, Kyle, you're a dumb motherfucker, little punk ass bitch, fucking cocksucker. And it's like, this is like, you know, when you first find out about cuss words when you're 5 years old, and you're just like, fucking bitch, 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 fuck shit,
Oh
fuck,
yeah, yeah.
cunt.
That's the appeal. That is the unfortunately that is the brand of South Park. That is
Yeah.
the we're gonna get kids and we're gonna put in these situations that even this would be like grotesque for even adults, but because they're kids, we can get away and almost pretend this is a kids show, but it's for adults. And that's just fucking around, essentially saying and doing whatever they want. They built an entire thing saying and do whatever they want. And what do they move on? That's why they're doing so political now because everyone's like so afraid to be political in some cases. So they're like, fuck it, we're doing that. And bigger, longer cut was basically them like just pushing it as much as they possibly could to see how they could. And that a lot of the reasons they're able to get away with some of the shit they could is because people enjoyed the Team America slash the movie that they fucking did. It's one of the reasons I stopped watching that shit because it's like, look, man, it eventually after a while you're just finding other ways to just say racial slurs in a jokey sense and it's negatively influenced the entire culture that it's like, oh, you're just sensitive if you don't like this joke or get offended. It's like, no, this is really fucked up. But just because somebody finds it funny doesn't mean everyone finds it funny. Like,
Yeah.
if you like, I'm not gonna like, if you find a situation funny, that doesn't mean it is okay. If there's a joke in there, that doesn't mean it's okay for that joke to be made.
Yeah.
You know?
And here's the thing, like, because you're a good person and you're saying these things, and I agree with them too. I understand what's good and bad. Me, I'm not woke. Just put that out there. I like racist jokes sometimes. I like sexist. I love sexist jokes. I don't know why. I think they're ridiculous, and I
You're
laugh
an
very, very hard
asshole.
at them. Yeah. So I'm not like looking at this like, oh, like this is bad on them, like morally. I'm just like, where's the joke? Like, that's like if someone just calls you the N word, and then you laugh at it because like you
Well,
think
it's
they're
the
laughing. You know,
uncomfortable
it's
humor. Yeah.
yeah,
But the thing is, it's like to me, it's like it's both. Like this idea that and it was an outcry because South Park are being censored in random places around the world, where it's like, oh, people can't make jokes anymore. No, you just want to just say racist shit on stage and make Asian stereotypes and replace the L's with R and go on for 30 seconds sounding like some convenience store guy's like, no, he really sounded like that. Yeah, but you're imitating a stereotype, therefore you're degrading whatever this person who's trying their best to speak your fucking language, yet you can barely read and fucking write. And that's all that it is. It's the uncomfortable shock humor. But literally, South Park is that's a whole show. It's uncomfortable shock humor because you're not used to it. You watch The Simpsons and it's like, okay, they're risque. You watch Family Guy, it's a little bit more risque. But South Park is on the very fucking top because they're untouchable gods.
yeah. And like Jet, so like we were watching this together, and you saw me a couple times. I forgot where I laughed, but there was a couple parts where it's like when you watch this movie, and every fucking song you're like, oh, fuck, fuck, and it's just like driving you crazy. At a certain point, you're just like, you know what? The like this horrible joke that sucks and is not funny compared to everything else, it's like almost hilarious. Cause I'm just like, like, like there's a part where the devil becomes like there's a person who goes to hell or whatever because one of the South Park characters died. I think it's Kenny or Kyle or
Probably Kenny.
It's
He
Kenny.
dies a lot.
yeah, and he goes to hell, whatever. And when he goes to hell, he's like, like idling someone by to see this relationship come apart with the devil and I think it's Saddam Hussein.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of funny that the devil is like, oh, all you care about sex and blah blah blah, and I thought that was funny. But it's like, was it funny or was it just the funniest thing in this movie because this movie was complete and utter bullshit? You know what I mean? But like Jet, like, is there any part of this review where you're kind of like, okay, Nico's acting like he didn't enjoy some part of this movie?
I get where you're coming from. Like, of course, especially with the newer seasons of South Park, which I tended to shy away from, mostly because I didn't find them very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then another part is like, I think you're adding on to being angry because you absolutely hate musicals.
True, but you and I want to give you credit actually. So Jed is into musicals, or at least she's just. I don't. I read the room wrong every fucking time. I don't even know my own girlfriend nowadays, guys. But like, she
You
fucking
know her name.
yeah. But the thing is though, which makes sense. Everybody in our group has a fucking nickname and shit. It's like, oh Jesus Christ. But the thing is though, is like she showed me some musicals, and I don't know if she's trying to show me like the good of musicals and like to win me over, convert me. But Jet, like, yeah, you show me some stuff where I don't actually hate it, so I was willing to deal with this as a musical. Like, okay, well, maybe this wasn't so bad, and plus it's South Park, so like it's a musical, but it's gonna have balls to it. There's no balls to this. Like, there's no moxie when you know your audience is gonna eat up all your bullshit and just say fuck, 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 fuck Jews, blah 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 blah, and like they're gonna love it no matter what. There's no way any joke was not going to land because their audience is fucking. Durr. It's just zombies laughing at nothing, you know. But yeah, like I mean, for you though, I mean, musical wise, what'd you think of it, Jed? Did you actually like it?
Musical wise, it's actually very, very good. Like all the songs in it are very, very catchy. Like I'm pretty sure most people can actually name at least half the songs in because check that. I don't think there was a bad song in that entire movie.
I highly doubt that.
No, like compared with something like Dear Evan Hansen, name one of the
Oh
songs.
God.
Well, you're
Yeah.
comparing something awful to like something abysmal. Like yeah, Dear Evan Hansen's worse than South Park. There, I found something better. Like.
I'd rather watch
Or
South Park
with
10
Rent.
times.
You could probably name 2 songs, but even then, one of the ones that can be named, we don't fucking know like the number sequence of it.
Fuck.
But you know another song.
1,200 and something minutes.
But you know what
Yeah.
else? You know what? We know another song that I know though is N-word shit, N-word shit, N-word shit from Sorry to Bother You. And you know why? Because there's a racist word in it, and it's ridiculous. Doesn't mean it's a good song. They got fucking Keith Stanfield walking around N-word shit, N-word shit, N-word shit.
That isn't a musical, and also he technically, I wouldn't consider that a song. That was more of a joke.
So, something that Luke's bringing up, and I'm glad you to tie it back to the whole joke and whatever the hell's going on with this vulgarness. He's basically saying like, he gives it a passive excessive cussing because their whole thing is that parents will focus more on the vulgarity of a specific show than turning it up and not watching their kids watching it. To which I go, fuck that shit. That's the Seth Rogen of, oh, don't worry, Sausage Party has a message about religion or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's this idea that's like they're doing whatever the fuck they want, but as long as they say they have a message, they're doing whatever the fuck they're normally doing, but they have this underlying tone that it's actually about society, man, and how people would rather just like complain than just churn it off. And it's like, that's such a lazy fucking excuse for you just to do whatever the fuck you want. As long as you have some underlying bullshit message that doesn't really mean anything because you're just adding to the problem. You're not fixing it. You're not doing anything. You're not changing it up. You're adding to the fucking problem that you claim to be showcasing people about. It's like whatever people doing the prank shows, like social commentary. No, it's not. You're just using people's outrage as an excuse to get them to watch your bullshit.
Yeah, and
So
like the biggest thing about
mostly,
this, go ahead.
What I get out of this movie is like it's 100% of it. Like it's against censorship, obviously. Like I forgot like the whole backstory of it, but at the same time, it does make you think. There's like, the thing they were trying to block out or whatever. The kids did actually. How should I say this? The characters in South Park did actually like use what they watched in the movie in order to disrupt class, and but at the end of the day, that ended up saving people. But it still caused the problem in the first place. So
And it's so
that never
satirical that it
happened.
can be defended anyways too because of satire.
Yeah.
Because just like okay, like we see like censorship and stuff like that should be fought in certain cases, but then at the same time with this movie, it's kind of like I see what you're doing. But at the same time, it's kind of, Like the message kind of gets mixed up at certain points.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with you, and that's the biggest thing about this too, where it's like I can sit here and be very I guess like I can complain a shit ton about like yeah, well, like people did come out of this movie and they did talk shit and they did do this and do that, but like there's a lot of stuff that I'm into that's probably not good for kids either, and I don't think you should blame media for how your kids act or whatever. You should have some kind of like I don't know control, like make sure that they don't
No,
watch certain things, whatever.
I
But
disagree. I think that there is not
well,
necessarily an
that's
onus. Hmm?
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say not necessarily there's an onus on all television to be catered to all demographics, but this idea that television or whatever is blameless, it's like the whatever distributor of the channel does also own a responsibility to whoever watches this shit at the same time. You know, like
Amateur
they have an
Mastermind,
onus.
by the way. Yeah, it's been 35 minutes. And by the way, dude, Corey said he was gonna start the show at 5:30 today, and switch to 5:45, then 6, then 6:15, then 6:30, and then 6:45. It's 7:04. Email him,
Numbers
kcoolmans
with
at
the chat tab.
gmail.com. Yeah, please, kcoolmans at gmail.com. Message him, tell him. If Corey will listen to you guys, he won't listen to me. Email that man, kcoolmans at
Or
gmail.com.
don't, because then we get to do the pre-show for longer, and
That,
you guys get more of us.
Yeah. Well, then again, I just don't want to force anybody to watch this. Like, if you guys are here to actually chill out and have fun and shit, cool, and we get right into our topics, as you guys can see, and it's been fun and it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot more to talk about after this, too. But just, if you do not like us being on, let Corey know. And if you do like us being on, let Corey know, too. But also, you should probably tell him, like, hey, dude, can you just be honest about what time you start? Because that would actually help me out, too, guys. Because I was really fucking
Blasian, no, he doesn't. Blasian's like Corey needs to finish Iron Fist season 2 before it takes out Netflix. No, we can forget that history. I saw that shit.
Yeah.
Anyone that tells you Iron Fist season 2 is better than season 1 is lying. It's just as bad. Maybe the fighting's a little better.
But yeah, they said they like chat to start earlier. No, actually, dude, I really, really would. But I don't want to like say a lot about like what I do, but like literally the whole show and all the clips and everything is because of this bad boy right here. So
That's
this
the
show
word.
would literally just be me just going like, hey guys, oh sorry, I gotta do another Corey thing. So I want to be able to give you guys like a good like talkative show and everything. But anyways, fuck all this podcast shit. But anyway, the thing is, so is like, because I totally understand everything that you're saying, Alan, and like, yeah, dude, like, there's a lot of people that have certain percentages of like, responsibility when it comes to this stuff. But like for me, like I'll look at something like the post-pandemic South Park thing, and I know I hate South Park people. Like, yes, obviously, I think the fucking point's gotten across here now, but I don't rate everything just based on what I think because it's all subjective, and I should, redo. Oh shit! Thank you for subscribing there, Amateur Mastermind. Appreciate that, good sir. But the thing is, though, they're just like But like for me, I gotta like refresh my palate when it comes to South Park or anything I don't like because, well, what's the review then? You know. So I'll be right back, guys. I don't know. Y'all continue on. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, again, I didn't necessarily watch the movie, but at the end of the day, it's like, look, I just think South Park is coasting on counterculture, where whatever the current culture is, they are banking on the fact that since they can get away with whatever they want because they make so much fucking money, they're essentially able to say it like it is. But it's the whole jester's, what's that? A jester's privilege, where because the basic jester privilege was back in the day, kings would have jesters that could essentially say whatever.
Dang, Gandhi, get out of here! Get out of here, Gandhi! Get the fuck out of here! Get out!
No, hey, he just gave us bits. Hey, Gandhi, how's it going? He'll be back
Thank you
tomorrow.
for the bits. Get out of here.
The man went down to Florida to deal with some BS, so he'll be back in a little bit. But yeah, basically, as far as the jester's privilege, basically, Jester could say whatever he wanted to the king. King wasn't. The king basically just kind of took it. It was a way to keep the king humble. South Park pretends they're acting like that.
Yeah, I'm saying, get out of here.
Why picking on Ganja? That's
Exactly,
nice.
man. You just gave money.
It's like, if anyone's gonna pick on Gandhi, it's gonna be me.
I know, it's weird though. It's like he's one of our homie doggies, yo. Anyways, okay, so that was cringy.
Yeah, that was.
No, that's great. But no, so like I guess the main thing I kind of want to seemingly wrap up here is like I gotta re-rinse my palate if I dislike something because at that point, what's the review? It's just gonna be me saying I don't like this because I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like I treat these completely different every single time I watch something new. And with the post-pandemic one, at least the first part, part one of it, because there's 2 parts on Paramount Plus. If you guys want to go watch it, it's still there. Go check it out. But, like they had like somewhere to go with it, and it was a little bit different. And there was like a message, but then not like too heavy-handed. And it was funny, and there was still cussing. There was a bunch of stuff, but like there was something there to chew on. with this, I'm like, and maybe like things have changed with South Park since then because I've seen shit from season 22 or whatever with like the member berries episode. Like I've seen them do other things and have a narrative. This almost had no narrative. Like it's just like once upon a time, fucking cussing. That's it. Like there's literally nothing to this. And it just frustrates me because like even as a musical, it wasn't even good in that sense. I don't remember most of these songs. I remember like 2 songs, and that's because I heard them a bunch when I was like on Kazaa and shit, like when I was fucking 12 years old.
I will say, probably the most dated song in this entire movie was probably "What Would Brian Boitano Do?" To which, like, if someone if someone went back and actually was just and watched this without ever watching it, they'd be like, "Who the fuck is that?" He was an Olympic figure skater.
Yeah, it's dumb. And then another thing too, it's like
sometimes it can be funnier if you have no fucking clue. It's like, who the fuck is that? And I just roll with it.
Well, then also with this shit talking on Canadians, I don't like Canadians either. I can't stand you motherfuckers. But the thing, no, I'm just playing.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Not
you're
as
an
much.
asshole.
I gotta be honest. Canadians need to get off, their own fucking high horses. They're a boot. You fucking morons.
Literally nobody says that, but sure.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Y'all say Zed though.
Yeah, like
yeah,
what
we
kind
do.
of fucking idiot would do that?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear it on the sound of W.
Yeah, what, the right way?
No, W literally doesn't start with the word. The letter does not spell whatever.
Alan, you're
My
wrong.
brain broke. Shut the fuck up. No
Yeah,
one
no, I'm Canadian. That's how most Canadian talks. You speak for your whole country, and they dumb.
I don't speak for my whole fucking country. I'm Arab.
Well, I speak for my own country. I gotta be honest. I'm the best American. Like,
you're the worst American.
I am such an obvious. If America's dumb ghetto ass was just one person, that me, and I'm proud. So fuck you.
I don't know. I don't see you wearing American flags.
I'll go get one. This is my only complaint with the member berry thing is that they jacked George Lopez a bit, and to my knowledge, I didn't give credit. And I forgot how the bit goes, and I don't know shit about
It happens a lot. Comedians take other comedian stuff, and how much can you change a comedian's joke when it's your own? It's a gigantic problem.
Because George Lopez's thing is like he goes, "You remember?" Like like whatever the fuck, and I guess like they kind of somewhat took that. But then again, who knows? I mean, George stole that from like Mexican culture, so it's cool.
That's weird. And it's like Al's Arab. No wonder he hates South Park. I'm like, well, I hate South Park because I don't think it's funny. Though, as far as Arab stuff, I can't really think too many times where they focus like super hard on my people. So it's like they do it.
Well,
just
if
as
you're a
much as everyone
people,
else.
they've been racist or insensitive to you at some point, and that's another thing that I don't like about this. Where it's like with Team America, it was just insensitivity all across the board, and that's fine. But that's all they had, and it drove me like. And I'm like, this is why, because I stopped talking about it last night in Discord because I was starting to read the room and I was kind of like ruining the movie for other people. So I'm sorry to all of you guys in the chat, like Jenny, Lana, Rose, Ryan, Ryan wasn't in there, Mauricio, Tommy, all you guys. I'm sorry, but I got to a point. Chicago John, that's another one. But anyways, I just I hate when other people enjoy something that's so like I almost know, and I know I'm wrong, but like at the time I was like, I know you guys are fake laughing. Like, you ever get that? Like, where you feel like someone's laughing because it's time to laugh? Like, you know what I mean? You ever get that, Alan?
Sometimes, because there's yeah, I felt that. There's this movie we all watched as a crew. It was Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Where you motherfuckers were laughing at the dumbest shit, especially Jet. Jet will laugh at the dumbest shit you ever fucking heard for no fucking reason.
The thing is,
No,
like...
That's because it's stupid and it's funny. I'm not gonna fake laughing no shit.
It's some fucking bullshit. It is not fucking funny.
You'll never catch me fake laughing.
I guess for me,
that
it's
shit
like...
is not funny. That shit is not funny.
Have I seen someone, like, literally do a thing where, like if someone else... Like, for instance, we had this guy named Gary Eek in our chat. Gary, if you're in there trying to say anything too crazy, but I know he's probably watching this right now. But he'll say shit like, yeah, fuck this, and fucking... whatever the fuck... South Park would literally, like, people are like, Gary, shut up, that's dumb. Gary, shut your stupid mouth. You're always saying crazy random shit, and that's not, that's very insensitive what you just said. And then, like, fucking South Park does it, and then it's hilarious. And keep in mind, Gary has problems. And you guys are, like, very judgmental on him. But South Park does it, and all of a sudden it's the fucking most clever thing just because, like, the media puts in your face, consume our shit. And it's like, yeah, like, this is why lots of bad shit comes out, and it's disrespectful to the quality of show with you guys, because you don't know how to you just put your face, dumb shit. you know, I'm supposed to like it. Like, you know, it's like, stop being obedient to media. Like, you can be an individual and not do that shit. But I don't know. That's just me, and I could be wrong. Like I said, I mean, I was just very mad. That's why I don't like watching shit with a lot of people sometimes, especially if I hate it. And that's what Team America, by the way. We didn't watch South Park last night, but we watched Team America. It's made by the same people, et cetera, in case you guys didn't know. But as far as this movie goes, yeah, I hated this fucking movie so fucking much. It's a fucking 0.5 out of 5. The only reason I'm giving it that 0.5 is because there is a song towards the end that was kind of funny and a little bit catchy, and Jet kept singing it the whole fucking week. And yeah, so it is what it is. And also the devil thing was kind of funny. But like, yeah, this movie is fucking abysmal. And I've had people in our community use South Park and their fandom of South Park to make me look stupid. Like, oh, it's just too smart for you. It's just, yeah. And it's like, no.
Anyone says that is up their own goddamn ass. Holy
yeah,
shit.
Julian Himmendinger. No, anyways. But you know what I mean? Like, but there's a lot of other people too. They're like, you know, there's someone who's used to be part of the DT crew that said that shit, and I was like, wow, like, I want to say this person's name, and I think this person's a cool guy, so I'm not gonna talk shit. But it's like, how fucking dare you say that you're smarter than me because you laugh at fucking little midgets walking around saying cunt, cunt. Like,
I'm gonna be
you.
real. I hate that mentality of it's too smart for you. It's like, no. Say that it's too dense. That's a thing. Dense is like, okay, it's very dense. That's not necessarily makes her. It's a lot of dialogue, like a lot of sci-fi shit I like. I would never tell you, oh, that's too smart for you. Like, no, it's ridiculously dense, which is saying basically like it's like, again, it's like you can describe a soup that way, you know? Like,
and you should only say shit like that about yourself. Like, you can say like, oh, that was too smart for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're whatever, but don't say it's too smart for somebody else. You don't know their fucking brain. What are you, a brain surgeon? Like, you fucking think like, no, fuck up. Like, oh,
it's asinine because you're essentially it's the polite way of saying you're fucking stupid or you're beneath me. I hate that fucking shit. Like, anyone that ever says that to me, I'm immediately like, I'm tuning you out now. Anything you say is just like, I'm done.
Yeah, like,
I don't
you're
care
not
what
worth
the
the
fuck you have to say
conversation. Like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to engage with fucking morons like that. So yeah, I'm not saying that particular guy's a moron, but that's some moronic shit, and I hope he's learned.
We can't name it we can't name his name 2 more times. He'll just appear.
Yeah. Well, this person I haven't named yet, but you know, but he was a person that needs to be on the DT crew. So I was like, okay, like, and don't give Martin shit. And by the way, I'm not fucking with Martin, but like, even when he says like anime, I don't tolerate that shit. It's like, really? But you watch a bunch of men in capes fly to the fucking moon and go across the sun. Like, they're gonna talk about Mask of the Phantasm today. Like, fuck off. Okay. So, anyways, but Jet, I'm gonna assume they're gonna give this way more than a 0.5. So, what do you rate South Park?
Well, yeah, like I said, like this one movie's like I grew up on. I watched this, I think, 2 years after it came out on, because I believe I actually got this movie on, not the on videotape.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually spent time a lot like dancing to the music and stuff like that. Me and my brother watched it over and over. So the movie's actually pretty much ingrained into my brain.
Yeah. Hey,
And
by
you
the
were
way,
gonna
your
ask
brother.
how old was I?
But well, I was gonna say too, cause I was say, oh, how old, you know, for you to be watching this VHS tape. But another thing too, just let your brother know, he lost cool points for liking that shit.
We were in elementary school, sir.
Yeah, well, that's still dumb. I'm sorry.
Yeah. By the way, the whole cool points thing with Nick means nothing.
That's true.
I know.
Don't worry about it.
That's true.
The cool points thing doesn't work on me because I'm automatically cooler than him. This cannot be fought. Anyway. Like, I grew up with this movie, like, once again, like, going back, the songs are still good. These are earworm songs, and all of them are produced pretty well. To this day, like, yeah, like, I remember literally almost every single song, except for the ones that popped up during the credits. I forgot completely about them.
Damn, Ganja just fucking gave a bunch of people.
Get out of here! Get
no,
out of
here! Stay here. You're amazing.
Kafib, Darren, all got gift subs by Ganja Guru.
Yeah,
we'll be on the show
Ganja.
probably tomorrow.
Ganja, you are the shit. Thank you, sir. I love you. I love you, man. Miss you.
Unless fucking Jack kills him.
Oh, my Ganja is my friend. I love him. No,
he's one of the few people that can tolerate him.
Eric Cartman of this fucking.
He is. He is.
He basically called it out. I was thinking the same thing, like that. Eric Cartman, motherfucker.
By the way, just so you know, for gift subs, we probably owe him a movie. So, Alan, keep that in mind.
No, don't you do that again. Last time we did that, was Fabulous Most Wanted. I'm not doing that again.
Oh, come on. You want to watch the movie with your friend?
That power. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, what a jerk. Anyways, Jack, continue.
I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I grew up with this movie. Technically, The meaning of the movie actually still works today. I mean, you could debate it still, like how like what the movie was talking about still could be debated today, but it's still relevant, which is actually pretty impressive for a movie that came out in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
22 years ago. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
And like, while the movie is crude, racist, and all this other stuff, since it came out in 1999 when I was young, like, I hate to say it, but while I do recognize the stuff that happened, there's nothing I can really do to change that stuff about the movie. So it's one of those movies where you have to go in, you can acknowledge the fact that, yeah, this shit's racist as fuck, but you can still have fun with it while still calling out that shit that happened. Do I want that shit to keep going on now? Fuck no. But I still like the movie. I like it a lot. A lot with a lot of 2000s movies. They got fucked up things in them too. But
A lot.
yeah, those are the movies. Those are the movies I laugh at the most because they're just so fucking stupid that I just have fun with them.
Can't believe this.
And this movie was during the time where I still found South Park very, very funny. The difference with today's South Park is just like they just seem like if a comedian has complained about it, South Park is just doing it also, just in animated form.
And also too is like if a comedian's doing it, South Park has probably already done it, and they're only fast because it takes no work for them to put out their shit. Honestly, if something happened today that a lot of comedians and a lot of shows want to make like a joke out of, South Park will make it literally by next Wednesday because what, like a little tiny bit of animation, a little bit of rendering.
That was actually a thing going on with South Park where they would put out their episodes like the week before, like they were supposed to come up because they were so recent, stuff like that, blah blah blah. What else is gonna... there have been stuff with recent episodes that I actually have found funny, like the PC Principle. That shit actually did make me laugh quite a bit. Where it's just like, okay, it's pretty stupid, but it's also very funny. The Integrity Farm shit, absolutely hate it. The shit with the weed shit, cannot fucking stand it. It's not funny. I hate the shit with Stan's dad. Every time that goes to that shit, I just get angry because just like it's not funny. And that's where I agree with you on to where like a joke gets hammered in so much. That Integrity Farm shit, I fucking hate.
Yeah.
Could not.
And they're still doing it to this day. Like it's like they so much can't let go of a joke that they can't even let go of it past like other movies and shows and episodes and years and a decade. Good God, oh fucking mighty! What the fuck?
Yeah, and while going back to the movie, and while like the South Park movie obviously goes more into like the whole like thing about censorship and all that, it still had points in the movie that you could also talk about as well with Satan's whole thing with Saddam Hussein and how is obviously an abusive relationship to where Satan finally stood up for himself, which is just like, okay, that's actually pretty cool with a movie like this too. Like with him only saying like, yeah, he's called me stupid for so long that I actually just started believing in all that. And like the whole thing of like, I can change. And it's just like, no, you're just falling for his tricks again. And just like, okay, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, obviously there are some things, like I said, there are some things that are dated, but like this movie does have a place with me. I won't give it a super high score, but I'd say like maybe a 3.5 out of 5.
All right.
Oh yeah, trust me, this isn't the other fucking day where you gave Chainsaw 4 and she gave it a 2 and everyone was like, "What the fuck are you on?"
Yeah. Jet?
Did you really expect anything otherwise?
Right here, Jet. Right here, Jet.
Well,
Fucking camera.
We know who's sleeping. Well, we know who's sleeping on the couch
Well,
for a while.
you can shove both those right up your nose.
I probably could fit them. I got a big fucking ugly ass nose.
I mean,
Anyways,
let's try it. Let's do it right now. Give this man like 100
no,
bits to shove
don't
his
you
finger-
dare, motherfucker.
100 bits to shove his fingers up his nose. He'll do
Man,
it.
I'm still worried about because I'm gonna get COVID test soon. I know I don't have COVID, but you know it's like sometimes I feel really sick and blah blah blah.
Do it.
And it's
do
like
it.
I'm thinking of getting the home one and then just. doing it
There we
live on
go.
hand.
100.
No,
shove
fuck
your fingers up your
you.
nose.
Okay.
That's the rules.
All right, here we go.
That's one.
Oh, I did it. You couldn't see
That's
because
a
the thing was on.
bullshit. That is a bullshit.
I did it on camera. Go watch it back. I
That's
did
a
it.
bullshit
I did
cop
it.
out, and you know
I did it. Look, you can
know
see a
it.
booger right here. Look, you can see a booger right here.
No, that's just your ego. It doesn't count. What?
Anyways.
Gotcha, how does it count? Oh my god.
Yeah, thank you, Ganja.
Like,
for you,
even when
buddy.
you spent money, you still find a way to like fucking gang up on me.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Speaking of gaining up on you, there's a lot of people that are trying to gain up over here on Mr. Reacher. I don't know if this movie, because like I get like vibes of like a Netflix show kind of thing, but it is Prime Video. But yeah, man, tell me about this. You know, you've reviewed the first episode, but now you watch the entire season. I'm surprised you did. I kind of shocked that you even were interested in doing that. But for one, why?
Uh, I can't fucking tell you why, honestly. I legitimately was just like, I remember watching the movie with Tom Cruise back in the day, going, I genuinely enjoyed it. It wasn't great, but it had its moments. And then I see Reachers showing up on Amazon, and I'm like, this is gonna be one of those like Tom Clancy, Jack Ryan, freaking Rainbow Six fucking shows based on a book, and it's just like fucking, military man. I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. But after watching the first episode and just seeing how much character they're giving everybody, seeing how intelligent the show is, how realistic it kind of feels to a certain degree, and just the main character. Because at first you're like, oh, this guy's like a Superman, he is smart and all the women love him, and he's super cool and he knows everything. He's super smart. But the show never really calls him out. But you start to kind of see he's very much like I don't want to say a child, but he has childlike mannerisms. Like he doesn't really understand certain things, or the way he just deals with stuff is so face value that he doesn't take anything for anything that's below the surface. So you start to see it's like he's really intelligent, he's calm, he's able to figure stuff out, but it just stays. Everything you see is what you get. There's nothing deeper hidden underneath this character, and you start to see that you're like, this guy. I don't like to throw around the word autistic because I feel like everyone throws that out for someone that's
Yeah.
kind of weird. You call them autistic, but I feel like that he would be on the spectrum because he has all these incredible things, but you could tell that it's like he's one track mind on everything that he does. He does what he does really well, which is killing people and solving crimes and shit. But the character is extremely interesting. But so was the rest of the cast. Everyone had a deeper backstory. Everyone had interesting lines of dialogue. Everyone had like they're calling him out. They're calling the world out. Like they're doing this thing that can always fail, where it's like everybody's like, you don't know, it's money involved, so you don't know who's paid off and who's working for the bad guy, who's the bad guy. As soon as shit pops up, you're like, holy shit, that was a cop that just turned bad guy all of a sudden because of money. And there's twists and turns that just come out of nowhere that fit in. And then when it wraps up near the end, you're like, oh, that wraps up right to the first episode, and it makes perfect fucking sense. And it's a simple story, low stakes. It's not like, oh, we're trying to save the entirety of America or whatever. It's like, no, we're just trying to shut down this money laundering thing. That's the entire thing. It's like we just kind of shut down this one criminal business, and that's the entire stakes of it. So once they're going through and trying to solve it, like the stakes are pretty low, but that also means anything can happen. Like, are these characters gonna die? Is someone gonna get shot? Is someone going to jail? Like, what's gonna happen? And as it went on, the fight scenes were amazing, but just the dialogue was what really kept me going. Every character had something interesting to say. There's not a single bad character in the show. Because usually they're that weak character or the comedic relief, but like, no, everyone was firing all cylinders. Like, this is one of the best Amazon Prime shows I've seen in a while.
That's really cool, man. Because like I'm looking at something like this too, and like one of the things that kind of, because like I got clips for Corey for this when he reviewed it, and the CGI was kind of stupid. Like there's a part where like he has a teardrop coming down. I'm like, oh god,
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
But it's not trying to be like incredible. It's just like, look, we're on Amazon. We know we're on Amazon. We're gonna give you a show that looks like it's on Amazon, and it's going to be a thing where it's just like, do you want some action that's gonna because like I'm gonna be honest, Hawkeye has cool scenes that are like, oh shit, I can see the budget, like fuck yeah, but you gotta wait. You have to have patience with that. Where with this, I mean, at least the clips I've seen, it seems like it's busier, and honestly, like I'd much rather watch something like this than Hawkeye because this has like a consistent quality of feel. And I've seen like maybe like 2 episodes worth, not enough to actually review because I was barely paying attention. I was just getting clips. But like from what I saw though, I was like, I could actually sit here and watch this because there's something going on. Whereas with Hawkeye, there's something going on in episode 1, then maybe 3, and then 5. But like for the most part, there's a lot not happening. So yeah, I mean,
and that whole teardrop scene, it's like that's actually at the very, very end, at the very last episode. And the thing about that particular scene is you get hit with an emotional gut punch, like right before it happens, and then once it happens, like okay, the scene ends, but they deliver something extremely emotional. I didn't expect because you're watching the show when it's okay, and then as soon as it happens, you're like, oh god, because it's almost like when they wrap things up, it's almost like, hey, good job, the heroes won, and then one last gut punch to be like, hey, you know what? As much as we kind of want, it's like these characters all have their deep inner flaws and their deep traumas that they have to deal with, and once you get that really human emotional thing, it feels very grounded. Like, yeah, you're still dealing with the action movie tropes and this guy that doesn't get tired, even though he just took out like 5 dudes, and he's giant, so he's like super strong and everything. But like,
Yeah.
you start to, it feels very grounded, like Ablation and Jet saying, it's like, they develop the side characters. Like they give the side characters something to do. Every side character is important, and every side character has a lot going on. Where it's like you could almost do like, not, I don't say spin-offs, but like if they did a season 2, you can bring these characters back and still do stuff with them. I don't think they will. Most likely, season 2, he'll just go to another town, another adventure happens. But it was a situation where I kept watching it because I wanted to see what happened next. I want to see what the mystery was. I want to see how they solve it, and I just want to see what the climax can be. And it delivers. Like this is, again, Jack Ryan season 1 and 2, amazing. This is just as good as that.
Yeah. But no, what would you rate this?
This is 3.5. I want to say, yeah, 3.5. This is
Three and a
definitely
half,
three and a
five.
half, almost 4. Like it's 3.75 because it's like it's almost right fucking there. Where I'm like, I feel like there's a couple things that like they could have done, but like there's so much here where I'm just like, you don't. I wasn't criticizing the show. I'm just saying back, just watching because I just want to see what happens. Like this can go literally anywhere. There's so much going on. I'm like, okay, cool. There's just some stuff I don't say near the end, but the climax. I'm like, I wish they developed this character a little bit more. I wish they did a little bit here. But this is almost close to a 4, so 3.75. But just because the fight choreography is fucking spectacular.
Yeah. No, but it does look like something I do want to watch moving forward. And I might, if I ever like want to do like a, you know how at the end of the year we do like a top 10 shows, where the fuck.
Sure.
Sometimes we do, because I know this year I didn't do any so far. But this is something I'll be willing to kind of give a look at, because I did that with last year's movie Without Remorse. And I was like, yeah, like Amazon has quite a budget for these movies, so like I don't know. But here's the thing: the last thing we're gonna do, and I want to do this just to kind of like introduce what Double Toast is doing tonight, but they've already started, so you guys already know. And I mean, that was literally the only reason why I wanted to do this, and also to give somewhat of a chance for Alan to talk about some Batman stuff, because 4 days away, man.
Yes.
Batman comes out. You get to talk about Batman. I want to make fun of you because it makes sense to be talking about Batman. You fucking nerd. But gotta tell you, dude, this is one of those things that kind of like made me understand somewhat the nerdom of Batman just a little bit more. Because I forget sometimes, because I get sick of him. But Mask of the Phantasm is what they're going to be reviewing tonight. And I gotta tell you, dude, this was actually pretty fucking good, dude. Like, I got... Well, actually, go ahead. I'm going to have you even introduce this, too. Because, I mean, you're the guy, man. Mr. Batman.
Yeah. When it comes to it, basically, Best Phantasm, if I remember correctly, it's essentially it's in the same timeline, same universe as Batman the Animated, same art style, just a bigger budget. And it's basically it starts out with simple stories like, hey, there's some vigilante in Gotham that's really causing problems or being a bit more brutal than Batman. Batman has to essentially figure out who they are and solve them. But that would be a typical Batman story. But what this actually ends up happening is you start to actually get a backstory of Batman and Bruce Wayne, where he actually, like, this is somebody that he was once in love with, and it just didn't work out because he was debating of, do I become the knight or do I have a happy relationship? And that's really the turmoil that majority of this movies end up dealing with. And that's as far as I'll say, as far as the rest of the plot, because you start to see how things connect, and the people in his life made him the choices to become the knight and forego any form of relationship. But the one thing that I liked about this, and something I spoke about a while ago, is different interpretations and different adaptations of this. Like, I remember, because again, we watched it with a bunch of our friends, and I was kind of pointing out inconsistencies between how Batman acts in this versus the comic Batman.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like every single time you do interpretation, you're gonna take different aspects and different things. Like Batman just crashing through a fucking room and basically saying hello to a bunch of gangsters before he fights. I'm like, Batman doesn't really do that. That's not really his thing. But as much as I'm sitting there criticizing because I love this character so much, what this does better than anything is it showcases the underneath the personality of Bruce Wayne, where it's like he had to basically sacrifice everything because he had to focus on just being the knight, focus on being the Dark Knight, focus on basically, protecting people and just keeping up the stuff. He even says at home, I can't have somebody at home I have to worry about if I am focusing on making sure I stop crime. I have to make sure I'm only focused on that. And usually that'd be the most cliched line you could think of. But the movie spends so much time showcasing that it's like, if he's worried about somebody else, he can't necessarily if he's forming a connection with somebody else as Bruce Wayne, he can't focus on being Batman. And you start to see it's like him struggling with that. He's having this crying conversation with his parents because he made a promise to them to avenge their deaths, to make sure Gotham would be better than the place that they died in. So You see that internal conflict that adds a lot of layers to this character that you never see in live action movies. You never see in even animated movies. They always just make him this like warrior monk, like silent monk who's just kicking ass and taking names and doesn't really have a thought process. And that's where people go, "Oh, Batman's a one-note character." It's like, no, Mask of the Phantasm proves like there's a lot to this fucking character that needs to be more explored in live action movies.
Now that's a part where I will disagree, because like I feel like that story's been told a lot of times, and then it's been told a lot of times in just other comic books too. Because to be honest, I feel like Spider-Man did that before this did, but I could be wrong. Just want to put that out there. But one thing I had an issue with this movie, because for one, like I said, I started off saying I like it, and I'm not going to argue with Alan about any of this because he's probably read more comic book stuff when it comes to Batman, so he'll be able to like see what things kind of connect to this, whatever, like this matches or doesn't match, lots of the other stuff that Batman has been doing. But for me, I'm just basing it on itself, and it's like, okay, well, like tonality, like I mean, is this serious all the way through? And it's not. As soon as Joker comes into this, the movie kind of falls apart. I'm sorry, but like the Phantasm, I guess I don't even know what they called the Mask of the Phantasm, like that vigilante that keeps coming
I
out.
believe it was I believe she was called the Phantasm.
Well, you don't want to say gender.
Fair, fair.
Well, I don't know. Do we care about spoilers?
I mean, we should to a certain degree, but yeah, like
Yeah,
I said, we'll
yeah.
keep a spoiler like it's a great movie. Honestly, you can just watch this without
That's
watching
not
the
because it was a
animated
shock
version.
to me. That's why I'm even saying that because you know me, Alan. I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about
that's fair.
spoilers.
I was trying to avoid spoilers too, and I fucked up a little bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So, but the vigilante, like that character, I don't know what they really called the character, but I'm just gonna say vigilante for now. And every time that character comes up, I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking badass. And then the voice they're using, the modular or whatever, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then they want to pull wool over your eyes because it has a male voice, like, what's your favorite scary movie, Batman? Whatever the fuck. So, it's going around doing all these things, and I was like, that's badass. And then when the movie starts kind of like, okay, well, we're a Batman movie, the fans come, and this is where I feel like they disrespect the fans a little bit because they're just like, hey, there's probably kids watching this. All they want to see is the stupid shit we keep feeding in their fucking mouth for decades. We gotta bring Joker, and it's like, okay, we know what? If we can bring Joker, doesn't mean that it has to be the same thing over and over again. Maybe Joker does something different. Nope, he makes a fucking like weird electronically connected fucking circus that only he's at that no one else knows. I thought Joker was hiding. But nope, he's creating a whole little fucking miniature city going around, and everything is doing like like, oh, look at this crazy little thing with the axe, whatever it's going ding 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 ding, and it's doing all these stupid ass clown stupid bullshit, and I'm like, this movie was like an adult movie, like. This is one of those things where, like, and I always make fun of you, Alan, and say comic books for kids or for stupid people or whatever. But this movie had tonality where, like, I can see this not being for kids because it's such an adult story. And then Joker comes and is like, no, 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 we're fucking stupid. And it's like,
no,
oh,
no, that doesn't at all. Like the Joker comes in, and at the end of the day, it's like, look, I think the Joker can be used sparingly if you focus a movie on him, but we've seen him so much. It's like I don't want to see the Joker. I think there are the Batman and Spider-Man have the largest rogues gallery of it's the most recognizable rogues gallery in comic history. No one even comes close. Everybody else is fighting for fucking like 17th place. Like you recognize a Batman and Spider-Man villain before you recognize fucking outside of Lex Luthor and fucking Brainiac. Does anyone really know anything about Superman's fucking guys? Who gives a shit? But when the Joker comes in, it doesn't stop the movie because the movie itself is still focusing on Batman's internal conflict because the person he's having the internal conflict with is still in this movie and he's still having the conversation. It's basically showcasing it's like, yeah, Batman needs to be doing his thing, and it's almost like
well,
confirmation bias where Batman needs to still be doing his thing to stop people like the Joker. But this is the life that he chose. He chose to deal with this craziness because that's what it is right now. As soon as this movie's over, he's going back to fighting the Joker, Riddler, Two-Face, all these people because that's who he is now. The whole movie is he made a choice almost at the start of the movie to be like, look, I'm gonna forego personal relationships to become Batman. And as a result of him becoming Batman, he now chose the Jokers and all these people as that is his life now. So you've seen the craziness and that this is, and even there's a situation where he has almost a choice at the end of this movie, and he still chooses to be Batman because he knows that that's what the city needs. Because there are always going to be Jokers. There's always going to be people like
he
that.
he made the choice for himself. The vigilante did.
True, but like you start to see that internal conflict within him that he constantly fights with. But he did make a choice before dealing with the vigilante, and then the vigilante makes a choice for him because she also understands, like, hey, this is who you are now. You cannot escape this any more than you could have escaped this, earlier when you first chose to become this, because you are guided by this moral quest to avenge your parents' death.
Yeah, and that's one last thing I'll say about it, and I'll get into my rating or whatever. But like, where I say, because I don't think the movie stops necessarily, even though I know I kind of said that earlier, so I understand why you said what you said. But like, it's not even about it stopping. It's essentially like, the whole movie. Oh, this vigilante's cool. Oh, I want to know more about the vigilante. Oh, vigilante's actually killing people. Oh, I like them more than Batman. I want to see what's going to happen. And then as soon as Joker comes into it, it's like 10 minutes later, because of the Joker, the vigilante reveals who they are. And then the vigilante becomes basically an equivalent to a damsel in distress. Batman has to save the vigilante. And I'm like, dude, what is with it with comic books and
Uh,
women where every woman needs a man's fucking help? I
Well,
don't
that's
understand that.
actually not. It's not happening the way you're kind of understanding because when you start to revealing gender to the woman, she's kicking Joker's ass for like a good portion of that. She just needed a bit of help, but as soon as she gets that one bit of help, she's still like going toe to toe with this guy. It's like it doesn't necessarily she doesn't just get written out of the movie. She continues being on there and she's going toe to toe, and they're not really pulling any punches because they're not like, oh, she's a woman, we got to treat her differently. Like, no, Joker's like, I don't give a goddamn shit. He's like knocking the hell out of her, and she's going toe to toe with the Batman's fucking most arch nemesis, and then they end up just kind of working together to deal with this problem, even though Batman's like still has this internal conflict of how is he going to handle and what is he going to do with the situation. Like as far as a Batman story, this is pretty nuanced and really needed to be done in more live action Batman stuff. Like there are certain shots in this movie that I'm like, I've never seen in a live action Batman movie. Like there's certain things that I'm like, I want to see this being like, I don't think they're gonna do the Matt Reeves one, but I want to see a Batman story that has him like legitimately talking about his parents' death. When have you ever really seen a Batman story that sits there and has Bruce Wayne talking about his parents? It's always everyone else. Alfred's like, oh, when your parents died, yada yada. Everyone's like, hey, it sucks your parents died. Has Bruce Wayne ever go like, yo, I'm dealing with this the best way I can? Like, has Batman ever said, I just did this for my family? But they just leave it there. They never go into the eternal struggle this character has. They're just like, oh, he's badass. Don't worry about it.
So I won't say you're wrong about wanting that, and I haven't seen that myself. So I mean, I've seen that like in a couple of anime movies, but then again, it's like who knows? Are they canon? Whatever, it's crazy. But for me, I would hate that. Like, ooh, if they do that in Matt Reeves' Batman, I will be like
I hope
instantly,
so.
fuck this shit. That would drive me nuts because it's like you gotta like stop even like this. And I mean, granted, this happened back in the '90s, so I'm not using this against his rating, by the way, just to put that out there. But it was a little irritating watching it today, where it's like he has a room, a whole ass huge like that room's bigger than two of my bedrooms put together. No one's in there. There's furniture. No one's supposed to be in there, and it's just a picture of his parents. I'm like, God damn, to hammer it in. Like, can there not be one Batman fucking thing doing his fucking parents? Like,
No, I'm sorry.
then
We
you're
had
watching the same
entirety.
movie again and again forever. You'll always
No,
watch
it's
the
not the
same
same
thing.
fucking movie. It has. This is the most important part of that character's entire mythos is the fact that his parents fucking died. We had the entire fucking MCU that took took three fucking Spider-Man movies before we even acknowledge the most important part of that character. And look how that fell apart because they're too busy making him Iron Man Jr. Until they fucking found a way to make that fucking work. The most important thing in Batman's mythos isn't his fucking suit, isn't his fucking training, isn't the fact is the fact that his parents fucking died in the gutter like fucking garbage. That affected him so much that is why he's willing to jump off fucking rooftops, fight fucking all sorts of criminals and people with powers and gods and stuff like that, because he saw that and wanted to make sure that never fucking happened to anybody. That person is traumatically destroyed, and he literally will sit around in a room all fucking day not doing anything because he can't deal with the fact that he can't form any more connections because the most important connection in his life got gunned down like fucking garbage. Like, I'm sorry, this idea that we have to forget that? No.
Well, no, not forget it, but it's like we saw that in the movie already. Like, let's move on.
Yes, it affects. What do you mean? Just because we've seen it, it's like imagine if you're fucking like 10 years old and Spider-Man, you've never fucking all you saw was MCU Spider-Man. It's like you're missing out so much integral stuff that is so focused on it. And when it comes to
Okay,
Batman
can I
as
ask
well,
you this really quick? Okay.
what?
With Freddy Krueger, when he, quote unquote molests or kills those children,
Sure.
like in the mythos of the first movie, like what if they go through it all again in the second one? And then went through all of it again in the third one. Then went through all of it again in the fourth one. Then went through all of it again in the fifth one. Because we need to really hammer it in. He touched those kids. He killed them.
I mean, that
They
is an
just
integral
bring-
part of his fucking, who
But
he is and
when
what
they
he
did
did.
do that, when they did do that with the remake, people got mad because it was stupid. And then when they did that
And
in
they're
Freddy's
wrong.
Dead, and they did it in Freddy's Dead, and it was stupid there too because we already know what he did. But you guys are going
That
and telling
doesn't.
the same story. And granted, like I like Freddy's Dead because it's fucking funny. But like for the most part, like that was dumb as shit. It's like you're trying to
This
make the
idea
same.
that we already know is the most asinine fucking thing in the world. It's a situation where it's like, hey, you walking in, you better make sure you brushed up on your fucking Freddy or Batman homework, because if not, get the fuck out of our theater.
Well,
It's like,
yeah,
no.
it's Freddy
But
6. Yeah, you do
it
not
doesn't
know.
fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. This is an important part of the fucking character. So in some form or another, it should be reiterated. And it's not the same fucking thing, because when Christopher Nolan introduced and was able to make it work, he did it differently than when Zack Snyder fucking did it. And Matt Reeves, I don't know how he's gonna do it, but he better fucking do
Probably
it
the exact
in a
same way.
Probably in a different way. There are three. We've seen four different fucking interpretations. Well, I guess three until Matt Reeves comes out of how this is affecting him, and we start to see the different ways that this character is being molded. The way Robert Pattinson is from the trailers and the images I've seen, he is not playing it the same way Christian Bale is playing it. He might be worse off. Like, there might be a situation where what if Batman was a little bit less stable? Because Christian Bale's character was pretty stable for the most part. Like, he handled it pretty well. What if they didn't handle it well? Like, let's see what happens with there, because it's an important part of the fucking character. It's like you can't sit there and do a retelling of character and just forget the most important part. That's the biggest problem with the MCU Spider-Man, is we forgot the most important thing until 3 fucking movies in.
Yeah, I don't know. I disagree, but like, cause like, I mean, I still feel sorry for him that Uncle Ben died, but we didn't have to see the Uncle Ben thing again in Homecoming. And by the way, like, what happens with Aunt May and what happens with Tony Stark, he went through triple what fucking like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man went through. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, that's a whole, that is a subjective thing, so I'm not gonna say you're wrong. But it's like I just completely disagree. It's like that, I just get irritated. But as far as that goes, I'm not using that against this movie at all. The fact that he did that, because this was back in the day. Maybe some people didn't know. You need to have that, get across. So I get it. But for me, yeah, this movie is I almost hate saying this rating, but it's like it's above average, but it's not amazing. It's a 3 out of 5. Fuck you, Alan. Like, I'm giving it 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
You fucking asshole. But this was good. This was actually really good. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad Corey and them are gonna be doing it. The animation's awesome. Yeah, man, take it away. What would you rate this?
This is probably 3.5, a 3.5 out of 5. I think that you could have told the story with any other villain. I guess the Joker, because again, this is the Batman animated series. This is back when the show was at its prime. This is where Joker is the most recognizable Batman villain ever. So it's like, I get it. It was the style at the time. This was before we ran the Joker into the fucking ground, and now we're so desperate for a fucking Batman villain. We're picking the fucking Riddler just to fucking make sure we do something different. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know who's asking for the fucking Riddler. He's such a lame fucking villain. Any fucking
I actually like Riddler, so like, we're just so different, man. But
such a fucking loser. Ooh, I'm gonna challenge Batman by using a riddle a 4-year-old could probably solve. Oh no, I'm super smart.
Oh, don't insult me. I can never solve any of those.
I can't solve a riddle to save my fucking life. But the riddles, they're for children.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh God, fucking.
Yeah, 4-year-old, a smart 4-year-old. I'm not smart. We've established this multiple times. But it's fucking ridiculous that the Riddler, he doesn't have any his technical skills are because he's super smart. So we're doing the super smart bullshit where because he's smart in everything. And we're going to pin him against the Dark Knight because the Dark Knight's also fucking smart. So we're just going to have tech versus tech for some fucking reason. And at least the other fucking villains have something else fucking going on for them. Fucking Riddler's lame as hell. Oh, you solved all my riddles. What are you going to do, Batman? Punch. Solve the fucking problem. At least Bane is a bodybuilder. So at least even if you solve his bullshit, you can fucking have to fight that motherfucker, and fighting that guy's gonna be hard as goddamn shit. At least with Mr. Freeze, he has a cold gun and he's always in cold environments. That's gonna affect Batman's ability to fucking fight. At least Killer Croc's 75 feet fucking tall. That's gonna be kind of hard to beat. What the fuck's he gonna do when he deals with the fucking Riddler?
You're wrong.
Anyways, this movie also gets a 3.5 out of 5 just because it's okay. Like, even back in the day I watched it, it's all right. I appreciate what it does for the character, but as a movie itself, it is all right. Even back in the day, and I love the Batman animated series. It's one of the best animated things of all time. But this movie is all right, and people blow it up because it shows vulnerable Batman, and that's always nice to see because you never get to see Batman being vulnerable.
You see badass Bruce Wayne too, though. That's kind of cool. Like, okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, whatever, but I'll make it really quick. Gotta give you credit, because I always tell you that Bruce Wayne fucking sucks. This Bruce Wayne is fucking badass. He's beating the shit out of people. He doesn't need the suit on. He is, improvising when he doesn't have the suit. And I'm like, that's how you do a hero. I love that. So yeah, credit to you, Alan, because you're right about that.
Yeah, because it's something that was pissing me off. It was like, oh, him and Iron Man are the same hero. Tell me you didn't read a comic without telling me you didn't read a comic, because they could be more different in every.
Well, yeah, but
they're both
the
rich white
movies are the
guys.
same. The movies are the same.
No, they're not. Not even in any way, shape, or form. Oh no, they're both rich white guys. Therefore, the same character.
Do you want to do a thing this week for for Wednesday? Are you gonna be on the show Wednesday or no?
I mean, if you give me a good reason.
We should do a thing where you make a list and I make a list of our top reasons why he's either not like Tony Stark and why he's literally the same thing as Tony Stark. And you,
I mean, we
and I won't
can,
cheat, by the
but-
way. And I won't cheat. You'll make your own list, and I'll
I
make
could
my
do it
own
on the
list.
spot right now.
Well-
I could do it on the spot. Like I don't need to write down a list or prep for 3 fucking days. But it's like, no, it's they're not the same character. They don't even have a similar fucking backstory.
But
Anyway,
we'll save it. We might not do it, but we'll save it, and then I'll just have this argument when we review Batman or something. But yeah, because that would be too long. So
because I'm down for it. Because I'm sorry, I'll be real, man. You're not winning that fight. You're gonna think you won.
I think
What's this?
yeah.
Oh, the real the real Dahan.
Oh!
Dahan.
You motherfucker! You got it wrong. You said his fucking name wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
And then I
fucking
corrected myself.
bitch.
The real
You
Dahan.
fucking
Hey,
bitch. You
so what's his
fucking
name?
Bitch. Dahan, dude.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Wow. It finally
Yeah.
took you long enough.
Oh, yeah. You make fun of me for fucking years, and you
Yeah,
fucked
because
up
you
his name.
I
And
fucked
you-
it up once. How many times have you fucked it up?
It doesn't matter. I have a syndrome.
Yeah, nobody cares. You don't even care.
Hey, oh,
Ah!
God damn
All right,
it.
well, I couldn't hear you. Speak up a little bit.
Oh, I'm fucking stupid.
You want to try that again, buddy?
I'm stupid. I'm so stupid.
It's okay. We'll give you. Nobody. I mean, clip that, obviously. But
You
get one more chance.
fucking bitch. Fuck you.
If you don't clip it, I will. But
Ah.
so what are you gonna say? What's his name?
Dahan. His
There we
name's
go.
Dahan.
That took about 35 seconds.
Go
Anyway,
ahead.
you're wrong about Iron Man and Batman being the same.
Can you please end the fucking show?
No, any fucking way. As far as it's like I said, it's an alright movie. It does a lot of good stuff with the character as far as interpretation, but as far as the overall movie itself, if you take out the addition to the lore, it's really just a basic Batman story. So I don't really see the love for it, but it's part of the animated series. So I get everyone just enjoying the animated series and just enjoying more of it. But yeah, and as far as seeing this stuff, like I want to see, like there's a lot about this movie I want to see in the Matt Reeves Batman, or at least future Batman stories. There's a lot of stuff. I saw him talking to his parents at the gravesite. I want to see that in a Batman story. I want to see vulnerable Batman. So I just hope to see that in future upcoming stuff. But for the most part, this movie still holds up after all this fucking time, because it's like 25 fucking years and this movie is still pretty fucking good. Like most fucking shit from back in the day is not gonna hold up, but this one holds up pretty fucking well. So
Yeah. But with that said, though, man, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. It's time to go. And I made a fool out of myself, and I don't like me right now.
what else is new?
Fuck you. So Space Cowboy, thank you for
Ooh.
the 400 bits.
Frank Zo 100 Balta? What?
Franker Z100. I don't know what that
The fuck
means.
is that?
Oh, another bit. Okay, now it's for sure a bit bounty. Okay, but yeah, Franker Z100 or Frankers.
That's
Oh,
an
Bato.
emote.
Okay, no, but Balto. There you go. Balto is going to be the review. Cool, man. Well, I'll make sure to write that down, and we'll definitely do that too. And hopefully, me and Alan don't fight and then make myself look like a fucking idiot, because I
You
feel
mean me
stupid.
write that down?
Well, yeah. Okay. Okay, Captain Semantics. So she's gonna go on Google Chat. That is chat.google.com.
Okay, so the movie Balto. It's,
Yeah.
Frank, there must have been some sort of emoji that just didn't work out. Okay. I still don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
that is, but
That's that movie with the dog,
Okay.
animated one.
what's with the animated dog movies? Oh, yeah,
There's a lot of. They must think dogs are really cute. So.
Yes,
But news not cute. My face, but Alan's face is very cute. And you guys can go check out that cute face while he does some streaming on his own shit. Tell him about it, motherfucker.
Alrighty then. So, because of just randomness with just life is getting away, I've not been able to stream as much as I'd like to the last week. And unfortunately, it's going to continue this week because I might not be able to stream till maybe Saturday. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do the rest of the Batman topics I really want to do unless Nick, for some fucking crackhead reason, decides to let me do one or two Batman topics before fucking Wednesday. But I hide that's going to fucking happen.
No, we can
But
do that. We can do
okay,
that.
well, we'll talk to you. We'll talk after the show. Yay, more Batman. Any fucking way.
Gay.
If you want to check out some of my streams, I did play a little bit of Elden Ring. I'm sorry, I'll be real quick. 2-second fucking review. That game fucking sucks. It's just another Souls game. I don't give a fuck. It's the exact same thing, except it's now slightly more open world. So who gives, like, if you like the Souls game, it's a Souls game. If you don't, this isn't changing your fucking mind. Go play Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a much better open world game. But I will also hopefully at some point this week be able to get back to Vampire and Dead Space. Gonna still try to beat Dead Space 1 and play Dead Space 2. Hopefully at some point before the month fucking ends. But in the oh no, that's not possible. Before March ends. But yes, I will be watching Batman this fucking week. I can't fucking wait to see that fucking
4 more days. It's gonna be a fun review too, by the way. I'm more looking forward to whether if I agree with it, I'm gonna feel really, really happy that me and you liked the movie. It's like, oh yeah, I watched a good movie and like this might help our friendship. But if I hate it and you love it, I can't wait to wreck your stupid fucking ass right into the fucking
And
ground.
I can't wait to just sit there and post that everyone likes it. It made a ton of fucking money. Got greenlit for 2 sequels and go,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you gonna do?
Everyone's still stupid because the world are complete fucking morons. I watch South Park and Marvel movies just because of fucking
Halloween Kills
logo.
and Freddy 6
Yeah.
and Chainsaw 2022.
Yeah, why don't you watch Batman v Superman? Oh, big boy versus big boy.
Actually, I don't think that movie's that.
Actually, I don't think
Ryan
it's that.
says Ryan says he'll pay us to eat that Batman pizza on stream.
Fuck that. That
You know
thing is
what?
horrifying.
I actually might do that, but we'll see.
You eat like 4 foods and you're gonna eat that Batman pizza?
Well, I don't eat the whole thing, do I?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I'll talk to you
What
later
are we
about
gonna do?
that.
All
Ryan.
eat a slice?
Yeah. I'm just saying. Oh, just kidding you. What's your problem with Mask of the Phantasm? Nothing. No, it's a good movie. See, Solar thinks I'm being a bad guy talking shit over here. No.
No, he just hates Batman in general. My issue with it is, outside of the addition to the having a vulnerable Batman and showcasing Bruce Wayne more, it's kind of an average Batman story. So I'd rather just some aspects from that be done in live action versus like not necessarily we've seen that, but it's just like it's not as incredible as everyone says it is. It's definitely like almost 4 out of 5, but like for the most part, it's like it's pretty average.
Well, we're going to get out of here because if I hear the word Batman one more time, I'm going to South Park joke all over your fucking face, a.k.a. puke, because that's all they can do, because they're really, really untalented, dumb motherfuckers. We're out of here, guys. The music is not playing. It's so loud. I'm so sorry about that, but you know what? Not that sorry, because you guys like South Park. Goodbye. Stay toasty. Attack the chat. Alan's wrong about Batman.
You're wrong about Iron Man.
I'm not. Iron Man's great.
Sure.
Oh, for some reason I can't end this thing.
No, they're both rich and have a suit, therefore same character.
No, there's a lot more to it. But I guess I'll educate you about that later on. Anyways, people, we're out of here. He's probably gonna yell at me afterwards. Love y'all. Stay toasty. Tap the chat. Buttholes. Stay stinky.